Hello and welcome back to Christina's Craft Catchup, the reboot. I've decided to come back to Christina's Craft Catchup and make it more of a knitting show because, well, if I'm honest, I really only knit these days. I do a little bit of crochet, but that's it, and really it's a knitting show, so let's be honest about that. Welcome to Christina's Knitting Catchup. Now, I haven't podcasted or vlogged for probably almost a year now, and that's for a few reasons. A lot of stuff happened about the time when I last recorded. Firstly, I got really busy. School sort of picked up and I had a lot to do, a lot of work. And also, I got really sick around that time. I was getting tummy pains a lot, and then I went to hospital and had to have my appendix out, but it was a really large, complicated kind of surgery. So it was a long time of me trying to figure out what was wrong with me for a start, because it went on for months and months. It wasn't your normal appendicitis in any way. So that came out about 6 months ago now, at the end of December. Spent New Year's Day and New Year's Eve in hospital, which was real fun. And I'm still sort of recovering in a way. I've still got pain there, but I'm trying to see a physio and see how that goes. So anyway, getting better. And yeah, teaching really picked up. I have a lot more students than I used to. But the reason I wanted to start doing these shows again is because I've been watching a lot of podcasts recently. I've been watching Stitched in Sweden, Rose Hip Knits, The Knitting Expat, Susan B. Anderson's podcast, and they're all really lovely ladies, and I really enjoy watching them. And I feel like I want to contribute to the conversation, because it's like they've been talking to me all this time, and I have stuff that I want to say back to them. Also, I want to start up doing some designing of my own, and I thought this would be a good platform to tell people about it and hopefully get a bit of business, but we'll see about that. So at the moment I'm not actually at home. I'm at the coast, down on the Australian south coast, and I'm in front of the window. We've got a lovely view outside. It's lucky I'm married into a family that has a beach house, so I get to come down here sometimes and recharge, and I find it's really, really helpful for me to come down here and do a lot of craft and not a lot of work and nothing much else. So anyhow, came down here to relax a bit. So I brought down pretty much everything I'm working on and every bit of stash that I have at the moment. So let me show you some of the things I'm doing. Firstly, I guess, I'm working on a jumper called the Fallow Sweater, and this is by Maria Magnuson, I think, and I don't have a very good picture. That's the only picture I've got. It's a raglan jumper with a lace repeat all down the body, but not on the sleeves, and it's got a V-neck. And here is the body of mine so far. That's not the front. That can be the front. Excuse the tail. Isn't that a pretty lace pattern? I think that's lovely. It's got cables and some little yarn overs and things, and it's just so pretty, I think. But it's really hard. And I find that it takes me about 10 minutes to get one right side row done. So it's one row in the lace and then one row of knit. And it just takes me forever. So it's a bit of a struggle, but I'm getting there. I have to do another 1.5 repeats of this lace pattern. So halfway through, I guess. And then I separate for the neck and sleeves. I've already done one sleeve, which is here, and I decided to do it flat, which is an unusual choice, but that's just because I don't really like working in the round on something like that. I find it much quicker to do it flat. And this yarn is some I bought locally. It's from a local alpaca farm called One Tree Hill Alpaca Farm, I think, and they are in Murrumbateman, New South Wales. And I don't think they sell this yarn online or anywhere. I had to buy it at a handmade market where they were also selling like cushions and stuff made of alpaca wool. But I like this a lot. It's a lovely red and it's got a little bit of tonal variation in there without being variegated. Not a massive fan of variegated yarns, which will seem silly when I show you my next project. Yeah, so I love this yarn a lot. It's beginning to fluff a little bit on this. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a fair bit of fluff happening, so probably it will be a pilly jumper, but I think alpaca does that a bit. My most recent, well actually, pretty much my only other alpaca knit is the jumper I'm wearing right now, which I will show you. Go back a bit. Up. And turn. This is the Ginny's cardigan. I don't know who it's by. It's been a while now. In fact, I was knitting this while I was in hospital. I finished it when I was sort of recovering at home. Oh god, that was horrible. Anyway, I finished this quite a while ago and I just love it. This is made out of Barocco Ultra Alpaca, I think, and it's great. I think this colour is Periwinkle Mix, and it's got little bits of, you won't be able to see, but it's got little bits of kind of pinks and purples and mostly blue, and it's also quite fluffy. So I think that's the alpaca. It's quite fluffy and it's pilling a bit, but it's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with it actually. Like, it hasn't pilled as badly as some of my 100% wool things, so that's nice. Okay, let me see. Last night I cast on a sock. Now I have knit one pair of socks in my life, and that was over a year ago, and I don't love them. They turned out baggy and I didn't knit the foot long enough because I got sick of them, and they had like a little lace pattern in them which was lame, and I wasn't pleased with them at all. It sucked. So I thought I would never make socks again, but I have. I've cast on this sock, and it's called I think it's just called the plain vanilla sock, toe up. And it's the first time I've done a toe up sock, and I used the figure 8 cast on, and just look at how neat that is. Well, apart from the loose end, but it's so neat. Yeah, it's hard to believe that that is the cast on, but it is. And I'm using 2.25mm needles, which is smaller than the needles I used last time, so I should have a tighter gauge, and that seems to be working out quite well. And I'm using the Fish Lips Kiss heel, well, when I get to the heel, which won't be for a few days now because this is slow going. I will be doing the Fish Lips Kiss heel, but the instructions I used for the toe were the ones from the plain vanilla sock pattern, which I think is free. But in the Fish Lips Kiss heel, you have to make an outline of your foot. So I did, and that's how it's going to happen, I guess. We'll see. Hopefully it fits. I mean, when I outlined my foot, I thought, gee, I have a weird looking foot. It kind of curves. Which way does it curve? This way. Curves this way quite a bit, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem to look like a foot. I don't know. My feet look like feet, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm pretty thrilled with this. This is Bendigo Woolen Mills sock yarn, which is the same yarn I used for my other socks that turned out so gross. I'm hoping these turn out better because I have some really nice sock yarn that I am saving for when I know how to do socks. So once I've done these with this sock yarn, I'll cast on some more. I'm not really interested in doing lace patterns or cables on socks. It seems like it would be uncomfortable for my delicate little tootsies. So anywho, I've got one more work in progress here to show you, and then I've got some new things to show you. There's something on my screen. New things. So anyhow, one more cast on project. Now this is actually my very first shawl design. I haven't really got any other designs. So this is my first design. And it is a shawl, as I said, and it's a normal sort of triangular shawl, top down, the kind that gets bigger every row. So at the beginning you think that you're making such good progress, and then when you're halfway through the shawl it starts to take longer and longer and longer. But anyhow, here it is. Yes, it's variegated. So this is sort of an experiment to see how this shawl looks in variegated yarn, because I have done one in a solid yarn and I loved it. It was this, I don't have it here at the coast, but who brings like a silk merino shawl to the coast? Maybe some people do, I don't. So yes, my original was this beautiful pink silk merino, but can you see these little cute little lace bits here? I'm calling them roses, and I'm calling this the Rose Garden shawl. And anyhow, this isn't done obviously, but it's got one row of the roses, then stocking stitch, and then it'll be 3 more roses, then stocking stitch, then however many you want really. The one I originally made was a sort of small to medium sized shawl, which I thought was really good for wearing around the front. But this one, maybe I'll make bigger. I have a lot more yarn. This yarn, it looks a lot like the Bendigo Woolen Mills sock yarn. Like, it looks similar, but it is not the same. This yarn I bought at another craft show recently, and it's by a lovely lady called Liz, and she has an Etsy shop called Windsong Wares. Which I'm not sure if you can buy this there, but she had a whole lot of lovely hand-dyed yarns and also hand-spun. I don't think that her hand-dyed was also hand-spun, but that was lovely. So I'll show you this when I'm done, but I'm pretty pleased with how this is turning out. I don't usually wear or like variegated yarns, so this was sort of an experiment really to see how it would go, but it's turning out okay, isn't it? It's alright. I had 3 skeins, and do I have it here? Did I leave it over there? No. It's rolled under my chair. Rolled. Okay. So this is the one I'm using right now. It's got some pinks. You see that pink? So everything's coming out very blue today. I am wearing blue. Everything I've shown you is blue. It's got some whites and different sorts of blue. And I had 3 skeins and they were all a little bit different, but I didn't want to do that thing where you do 2 rows of each, because that, I don't have time to sew in the ends. I guess I have time. I don't have the inclination to sew in the ends. And this is the next one, which is a lot more bluey. Still has purple in it. And the first one I used, which I finished, was a lighter colour. So in a way, I'm going light to dark. You can sort of see where I started this new skein. I think it'll look fine. I made sure to do it sort of after a section. Okay, so that's all the stuff that I am knitting right now. Had a bit of a cast on party yesterday and started that shawl and the socks. So, I mean, I said I don't like variegated yarns much, and I don't, but I'm knitting with them because they're so pretty in the skein. I never think much of them when I'm done knitting. So, oh, I can show you my pattern. Can I pause this? No, hold on. Oh, it's just here. Here's my pattern. Where's the front page of my pattern? That's odd. Anyway, that's a picture of my shawl that I made in the solid colorway. And it's this lovely pinky red kind of silk merino sock yarn. And it was just so pretty. See, I've got picots down, how do I do this? Down here, picots along the edge, which turned out quite cute. So as you can see, I've got 1 row of roses, then 3 rows, and then 1. But you can alter that depending on how big your skeins are, or just how you want it to look. You could do the whole thing in roses. That'd be nice. Okay. Now I've bought some new things that I would like to show you as well. It was my birthday last week, almost a week ago. Actually, it was this week, wasn't it? Yeah, my birthday was on Monday. 29th of June. I'm 28 now. It always annoys me when podcasters are like a bit secretive about their age. I'm 28. I was born in 1987. 29th of June, in case you want to know. It also annoys me when podcasters don't blow their nose before they start podcasting, and then they sniff the whole episode. So excuse me. That's how you blow your nose, everybody. Don't be scared of it. Okay, so I bought some yarn, which is a silk and merino blend from Black Trillium Fibers, and it is this amazing gradient dyed little kit. And each skein, they're only little, they're baby skeins. Each skein is 135 yards. Here they are. The colorway I got is called Flutter, and it's this light purple, kind of greyish purple colour, and it goes towards white. And they are all purple. This one's just very light purple, but they are all purple. And I don't know what to make with this. I'm just so excited. This actually arrived on my birthday, which was so exciting because I ordered it a long time before my birthday. It was quite expensive, so sorry about that. But it's so nice to feel. It feels beautiful. It's like a 4-ply, or fingering weight for those who don't use the ply measure. Yeah, isn't that lovely? I've been just getting it out of the bag and feeling it every so often because it feels nice. It's beautifully smooth, and I get the feeling it won't pill very much when I knit it up, but I don't know what to make it into. There's not enough for a jumper or a cardigan, but I don't know if I'd wear a gradient cardigan anyway. That might be odd. Some people might. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. Okay, some other things I've got. I got this in a D-stash, Plucky Knitter Primo worsted yarn. I don't know what I'll make with that. That's not very interesting. Oh, this is exciting. Sorry. My husband bought me a drop spindle for my birthday. And I tried it, and I really suck at it. Like, I'm spectacularly bad at this. This is it's an Ashford bottom whirl drop spindle. And gee, I just suck at it. Like, I'm really bad. I kept falling off, and this is the yarn that I'm, not yarn, what is it? Wool? Yeah. See, it just keeps breaking off, and it's thick and gross. And this is actually from the same lady that dyed this yarn, so Windsong Wears on Etsy. But I'm having a lot of trouble actually pulling it out. Drafting, is that the word? Having a lot of trouble with it, so I don't know if it's, oh, I'm starting from this end, aren't I? So I don't know if it's particularly stiff or what, but I'm really having trouble drafting it. Am I supposed to do something with this before I spin with it? Am I supposed to brush it? I tried brushing it and it just went stupid. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Basically, I looked up something on YouTube, but the lady wasn't using this kind of thing. this kind of braid thing. So I'll just put it back together. She wasn't using this, so I don't know if I'm meant to do something with it before I spin, which, you know, it would make a lot of sense if I did have to do something, because then maybe, you know, this would become a whole lot easier. But isn't that pretty? I'm really into purples and blues at the moment. The yellow is a bit of a red herring, but isn't that nice? It's nice and squishy, but I mean, it's not yarn, so I don't know what to do with it. Let me see what else I've got in my big old bag of stuff. I've got some, what is this? Barocco folio yarn, which is some kind of blend. It's very soft and it's very thin. They sell this as a DK weight, but it is clearly not. It is clearly either a fingering or a sports weight. But I'm going to knit the Cloudy Day hat, which is by Alana Dacos from Never Not Knitting, which is a lovely podcast, which I really love as well. That's an audio podcast. I adore that. That was my first one. Yeah, that was lovely. And there's one more thing, which is over there. Hold on. This was another thing I got for my birthday. Which is the Addy Click lace interchangeable needle set. And it's actually the short ones. Hold on! The short, and they're great, so that's the end of that. Hold on. I'm back, but I'm going now. My husband got home. Bye!